If you want to learn C++ specifically to make games from scratch, you've come to the right place. Many people learn programming, but I spent 10 years specifically learning C++ for game dev. So in this video, I have a 5-step process for you to get from an absolute beginner to publishing a game on Steam. I will give you the best resources I discovered in my years of experience, and also, while talking on Discord with other beginners, I was able to identify all the common pitfalls. I have seen many people go from zero to their first game in 1 year, while others spend like 1 month, and all you need to also progress fast is just work hard and apply the exact framework I prepared for you in this video. Now, I cover everything from beginner to advanced, but watch the entire video no matter what level you are, because I will cover various pitfalls you might have missed that might save you years. Step 1. Learn the C++ language. C++ was my passion from the moment I first tried it. So trust me when I say I tried everything, from books to all C++ channels there are on YouTube, even to expensive paid courses. Trust me when I say a random YouTube course, a 1000 premium beginner to advanced C++ course, and a 1-year university course are all basically the exact same thing. So in order for you to start learning C++, you can use any YouTube tutorial that you like. Just pick one at random, and I will recommend you this playlist from the channel up until video number 60. Now, no matter what video you choose, there are some pitfalls to avoid. Pitfall 1. Don't go into advanced C++. I know learning everything about C++ is fun, but trust me, it's not worth it. Advanced C++ things are horrible, and I use them like 1% of the time. So while you do need to learn the advanced C++ topics, they are not nearly as important as other things I will talk about. So for now, keep things simple with the basics. Pitfall 2. Avoid OOP at all costs. A lot of people talk about OOP, but it is extremely bad, because it teaches you to design your software in a horrible, over-engineered and complex way. There might be places where OOP has uses, but getting into the OP mindset will make you always write code like that, and for 99% of use cases, it will just be horrible. So avoid it like the plague. Pitfall 3. Not focusing on projects. Look, there are so many things you can do with programming, but if your goal is to learn to code, you should code. The only way to actually learn how to code is to make projects. I see so many people get into reading C++ and programming books, and that is such a bad idea. They give you a ton of unnecessary information, and they are so slow. This is exactly what you should do. Watch a C++ tutorial, and then go write that code, and use it for something. Then watch another C++ tutorial, and try that new thing. And once you know some things, try making a simple project, like a super simple story-based game in the console. If you are not learning exactly like this, you are wasting your time. You can also try this website called Code Wars. It has some simple and intermediate programming challenges that you can practice on. There are more pitfalls, but I will cover them as we go. Step 2. Start making real projects. Once you understand the basics of C++, it's time for you to stop learning, stop reading, and start making projects. So many people read and watch content about how to write good code and stuff like that. But this is such a bad idea. Imagine wanting to learn how to drive. Once you learn what the traffic signs are, you should start practicing on a real car, not just reading books instead of driving. It's the same thing with programming. Once you understand C++, you should be following tutorials about making simple games and projects in C++. I'm not saying don't learn anything new. You will learn a ton of new stuff, but that will be a result of you making projects. JavaX9 has super cool tutorials on YouTube, but if you just search C++ beginner project tutorial, you should find something. Also, try making your own projects. Bonus pitfall. Avoid getting into advanced algorithms and data structures. See this multiplayer Minecraft run I made? I haven't used a single advanced algorithm or data structure for it. Zero. Not even a linked list. Yeah, sure, you have to know some algorithms, but don't focus on that. Step 3. Making real games. Now it's time for you to make a project with real graphics, if you haven't already. In order to display stuff on the screen, you need a library that can do that for you, like SFML and Raylib. I recommend Raylib, because it's way nicer, and it also has 3D features. And I will link in the description, good tutorial for both of them. And Raylib also has a ton of tutorials on their website, but pay close attention here, because this is the biggest pitfall everyone falls into. In order to actually use these graphics libraries, you need to link them into your project, and most tutorials show how to do this. But linking libraries in C++ is an advanced topic, and you are not advanced yet. It makes zero sense for you to learn this at this level. It will just be a horrible experience, with a ton of compile errors, and copy-pasting things that you don't even understand. Instead, watch this video of mine. I already made a ton of setups, including SFML, Raylib, and OpenGL things. You can just use them as they are, and learn about linking later. Now I will explain you how to go about making these projects on your own. But if you want help from me, you can also check out my C++ game dev course with the first link in the description. 6.5 hours of video content. It's the perfect tutorial for this level we are on right now, and I also have 50+ guided challenges for you to do on your own. After this course, you'll be basically ready to make your own projects, so check the first link and it also might have a special discount. Now if you want to learn on your own, first pick SFML or Raylib with my already made setups and try using it with any tutorial. Then try to make some simple projects on your own, like a simple doodle jump game. But after you feel comfortable making simple games, it's time you start making a big project. Trust me when I say, this one project will double your programming experience. The difference between people that understand programming and people that don't is that those people that are good make a big project like this, while the other ones just learn coding in university and are basically still at level 0. But it's also important you pick what I call a skill scaling project. These types of projects are perfect for you to learn. A skill scaling project is a project that has a lot of features you can add to it. And also, those features cover all kinds of difficulties. I think Terraria is the best project for this. I recommend everyone write a Terraria clone. And that's why I also do a Terraria clone in my course. Let's see why. The first lessons just start with placing blocks on the screen and implementing the level. Well, the level is just a 2D array. Everyone can do this. But before we know it, we get to world generation. And this again can be super simple, but it can also be extremely complex if you are ready for it. And then we get to some harder stuff like entities and saving data correctly, which is quite a hard lesson, but it's also optional if you are not on that level yet. And after finishing the project, there are still many things you can add, and I give you some guidance in the challenges, like better world gen, NPCs, a proper menu, and so on. See how this project literally grows with you? There will always be some easy things for you to implement, and also some hard things that you can try, and if they are too hard, you can just implement them later. So start making a Terraria clone, and again, check my course if you want extra help. But finishing this project will get you straight to step 4, Advanced C++ Game Dev. Here, there are multiple topics that might interest you, so let's see. First we have linking libraries and the build system. For this I use CMake. Now people say online that CMake is horrible, and it kinda is, but here is the thing. They all use CMake in a horrible way. There is a way to make it nice to use, that I show in this video. Trust me, this will make your life so much easier, but you have to watch that video, and not trust any CMake advice from other places. Next we have OpenGL. If you want to implement your own 3D stuff, you need to learn something like OpenGL. It's a long discussion here, and there are other options like Vulkan. But to start, you simply have to start with OpenGL, because it's the easiest, and it has the best tutorials. I already have a similar video about learning OpenGL, so check that out. Next we have multiplayer. This is quite a hard topic, but I found this library called Enet that is quite nice to use. And also, this tutorial series that explains things quite well. Don't try to make a big multiplayer project yet, because it's still insanely hard. Make a simple project first to practice. And with this we finally get to step 5, publishing your game on Steam. I already went through this process, so here is what you should know. First, expect this to take you way longer than you expect. You need to learn about the 80-20 rule. Making 80% of something takes like 20% of time, but polishing it and finishing it will take you 80% of the time. I made this game prototype in like 2 weeks, and it was like super nice. So I thought, well, it took me 2 weeks to make this. How long could it take to publish it on Steam? It took 3 years. There is no way you publish a game in less than 1 year of full-time dedicated work. But that is not meant to scare you. That year will pass anyway. You might as well do something you like in that time, like releasing the game. So here are the technical details. You need to make an account on Steamworks and pay $100 to release one game. You actually get those money back, but you still need to invest them. Now Steamworks is where to navigate and find pages. Literally, you should ask ChatGPT things like, where do I find my sales page on Steamworks? Next, to actually upload your game, watch this tutorial. You will also need to download and link the Steam SDK library and use it. For this, you should probably just ask ChatGPT for help. Another tip, if you want custom music, you may need to pay an artist, and I recommend this guy. Now, if you want your game to actually sell, you need to learn sales and marketing. Zukowski has a good course that has 3 modules, so you should learn from there. And you should also let people know somehow that your game exists, like doing devlogs and streams. A lot of work indeed. But take KK's game. He made $1 million, but I guarantee you that if he hadn't made streams and YouTube videos with his game, he would have made $0 with the exact same game. So it's a big difference. Finally, you also want to learn game design, and you can learn that from Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube. All the resources are in order in the video description, so save that and follow this path. Share this video if you liked it, and also check out my game dev course for extra help. See you there.